Sri Lanka, a jewel in the Indian Ocean, is known for its stunning landscapes and rich cultural heritage. This island nation, with its diverse ecosystems and vibrant traditions, has long been a beacon of natural beauty and cultural wealth. The island nation boasts ancient ruins that tell tales of a glorious past, verdant tea plantations that stretch as far as the eye can see, and pristine beaches that attract visitors from around the globe. However, behind this idyllic facade, Sri Lanka has grappled with persistent economic challenges. The bustling marketplaces and growing urban areas often mask the underlying struggles faced by many of its citizens. From its independence in 1948 to its present-day struggles, the country has experienced a roller coaster of economic booms and busts. Each period of growth has often been followed by significant setbacks, reflecting the volatile nature of its economy. Understanding Sri Lanka's economic journey offers valuable lessons about sustainable development, political stability, and the importance of resilient economic policies. The nation's history is a testament to the need for careful planning and strategic policy making. Sri Lanka's story is a reminder that even amidst beauty and cultural richness, economic stability is fragile. The juxtaposition of scenic views with economic data highlights the delicate balance between prosperity and hardship. The nation's experience underscores the need for prudent economic management, political stability, and a commitment to equitable growth. Effective governance and inclusive policies are crucial for long-term success. As Sri Lanka strives to overcome its current challenges, its journey holds valuable lessons for developing nations worldwide. The resilience and determination of its people serve as an inspiration for others facing similar struggles. Sri Lanka gained independence from British colonial rule in 1948. At the time, the nation held promise with its strong agricultural base centered around tea, rubber, and coconut production. These agricultural exports were the backbone of the economy. Tourism also emerged as a promising sector, attracting visitors with Sri Lanka's natural beauty and cultural attractions. Despite this promising start, Sri Lanka's economic progress was hampered by internal divisions and political instability. Ethnic tensions between the Sinhalese majority and the Tamil minority led to a protracted civil war. This conflict, which lasted for almost 3 decades, had a devastating impact on the country's social fabric and economic development. The Civil War, which raged from 1983 to 2009, cast a long shadow over Sri Lanka's economic prospects. The conflict drained government resources, discouraged foreign investment, and hampered tourism. Infrastructure was destroyed, and human capital was lost. The war also exacerbated ethnic tensions, creating political instability that further hindered economic progress. Despite the challenges posed by the conflict, Sri Lanka managed to maintain a relatively stable economy compared to other war-torn nations. The agricultural sector, though impacted, continued to provide a lifeline for many Sri Lankans. Remittances from Sri Lankans working abroad also became a crucial source of foreign exchange, helping to offset the economic losses incurred during the war. Following the end of the Civil War in 2009, Sri Lanka embarked on an ambitious infrastructure development program. The government, aiming to boost economic growth and attract foreign investment, invested heavily in projects such as ports, airports, highways, and power plants. While these projects aimed to modernize Sri Lanka's infrastructure and enhance its competitiveness, they were largely funded by foreign loans, primarily from China. While infrastructure development was crucial for Sri Lanka's post-war recovery, the heavy reliance on foreign debt, particularly from China, raised concerns about debt sustainability. The projects, often contracted to Chinese firms, did not always generate the expected economic returns, leading to questions about their viability and long-term benefits for Sri Lanka's economy. Section 5. The Hambantota Dilemma. The Hambantota port, located in southern Sri Lanka, became a symbol of the country's debt-driven infrastructure development. This ambitious project was intended to transform the region into a bustling hub of maritime activity, boosting the local economy and creating jobs. However, the port, built with Chinese loans, failed to attract significant shipping traffic and became a financial burden on the Sri Lankan government. The expected economic benefits did not materialize, leaving the port underutilized and the country struggling with mounting debt. In 2017, unable to repay the debts incurred for the port's construction, Sri Lanka was forced to lease the port to a Chinese state-owned company for 99 years in a debt-for-equity swap. This move was seen as a desperate measure to alleviate the financial strain. The Hambantota port deal sparked controversy, igniting a wave of local protests and international criticism. Many Sri Lankans felt that their country's sovereignty was being compromised. Critics argued that it illustrated the risks of China's debt-trap diplomacy, where developing nations are lured into taking on unsustainable debts, only to lose control over strategic assets when they cannot repay. The deal raised concerns about Sri Lanka's sovereignty, with fears that the country was losing control over its own territory and resources. It also fueled anxieties about the potential loss of strategic assets to China, which could have long-term geopolitical implications for the region. The case of Hambantota became a cautionary tale about the importance of carefully assessing the economic viability and geopolitical implications of large-scale infrastructure projects funded by foreign loans. It serves as a reminder for nations to weigh the potential benefits against the risks of losing control over critical national assets. Section 6. Crisis on the Horizon. By the early 2020s, Sri Lanka's economy was facing a confluence of challenges. The nation, once known for its vibrant tourism and robust agricultural sector, began to experience severe economic strain. The COVID-19 pandemic dealt a severe blow to the tourism sector, a crucial source of foreign exchange. With international travel restrictions and lockdowns, the once bustling tourist spots turned into ghost towns, leading to massive revenue losses. The government's decision to ban chemical fertilizers, while well-intentioned, led to a sharp decline in agricultural production. Farmers struggled to adapt to organic methods, resulting in reduced crop yields and increased food insecurity. These factors, coupled with pre-existing structural weaknesses in the economy and unsustainable debt levels, pushed Sri Lanka to the brink of an unprecedented economic crisis. The country was already grappling with high levels of debt, and these new challenges only exacerbated the situation. In 2022, Sri Lanka's economy went into freefall. The streets were filled with protests as citizens voiced their frustrations over the deteriorating economic conditions. The country's foreign exchange reserves dwindled, making it impossible to import essential goods such as fuel, medicine, and food. Long queues for basic necessities became a common sight, highlighting the severity of the crisis. The Sri Lankan rupee plummeted against the US dollar, leading to hyperinflation and skyrocketing prices for basic commodities. Everyday items became unaffordable for many, further deepening the economic despair. The country defaulted on its foreign debt for the first time in its history, signaling the gravity of the crisis. This default not only affected the nation's financial standing but also its credibility on the global stage, making recovery an even more daunting task. Section 7. Navigating the Bailout. Faced with an economic meltdown, Sri Lanka turned to the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, for assistance. In 2023, the IMF agreed to provide a $3 billion bailout package to help Sri Lanka stabilize its economy and restore debt sustainability. However, the IMF bailout came with stringent conditions, requiring the Sri Lankan government to implement sweeping economic reforms. The IMF mandated reforms included tax hikes, spending cuts, and the removal of government subsidies on essential goods. These austerity measures, while necessary to address the root causes of the crisis, sparked public anger and protests. The Sri Lankan government faced the daunting task of balancing the need for economic reform with the social and political ramifications of austerity. Section 8. Green Shoots of Recovery. As of early 2025, there are tentative signs of economic recovery in Sri Lanka. Inflation has begun to ease, and the Sri Lankan rupee has stabilized somewhat. Tourism, a vital sector, is showing signs of revival. The government's commitment to implementing the IMF's reform program, while challenging, has been crucial in restoring confidence among international lenders and investors. However, the road to full recovery remains long and arduous. Sri Lanka still faces high debt levels and structural weaknesses in the economy persist. The government's ability to maintain political stability and public support for its reform agenda will be crucial in determining the pace and sustainability of Sri Lanka's economic recovery. Section 9. Lessons for the Future. Sri Lanka's economic crisis offers valuable lessons for developing nations worldwide. The country's experience underscores the importance of prudent fiscal management, avoiding excessive reliance on foreign debt, and investing in sustainable and inclusive growth. The need for good governance, political stability, and a conducive environment for foreign investment is also paramount. Sri Lanka's journey highlights the delicate balance between economic development and environmental sustainability. The country's experience with the fertilizer ban serves as a reminder of the need for carefully considered policies that promote both economic growth and environmental well-being. As Sri Lanka rebuilds its economy, it has an opportunity to prioritize sustainable and inclusive growth, ensuring that the benefits of economic progress reach all segments of society.